Sometimes the most incredible wisdom comes from places you'd never expect. I'm not talking about some guru on a mountaintop. I'm talking about an English language student's homework. Yeah, really. And believe it or not, this assignment holds a simple, kind of brilliant key to reframing pretty much every argument or negotiation you'll ever have.
We've all been there, right? You totally win the point, you get your way, but there's this, this hollow feeling afterwards. Like the victory cost you something, maybe a bit of trust or just some goodwill with the other person. Well, this explainer is all about digging into that exact feeling.
So, let's start right where the lesson does, with two super simple but totally different words. See, the distinction between winning and gaining, well, that's the key that unlocks this whole idea.
Just look at the difference here. Winning is like a finish line. Boom, it's done. You get the trophy, the prize, the keys to the car. It's a single moment. But gaining? That's a process. It's all about accumulation, about growth. You gain experience, you gain speed, you gain trust. One is a destination, the other is the whole journey.
Okay, so let's put this new vocabulary to the test with a real classic, a high-stakes human drama, a fight between a husband and wife. This is where the theory gets very real and, honestly, pretty funny.
Oof, you can just feel the tension in that sentence, can't you? He's got this shiny new car, but their shared dream of a European vacation is suddenly on life support. He's trying to convince her it was a good idea, and she is not having it. So what's the advice here?
Okay, so we start with a very logical, almost a sales pitch approach. Honey, just look at the specs, the incredible fuel efficiency, the cup holders. A solid, rational attempt. But what happens if that doesn't work? What's plan B?
And there it is, the nuclear option. I just love the beautiful, brutal simplicity of this. No negotiation, no finding a middle ground, just get rid of the problem. It is a hilarious and, honestly, a surprisingly direct piece of advice. So how do we avoid ever getting to that point? Luckily, our student guide provides us with this handy 3-step procedure. And it's so earnest and so true, isn't it? Listen, respect, accept your differences. Of course, actually putting this beautiful advice into practice during a screaming match about a car versus a trip to Italy, well, that's maybe a little more complicated.
Now let's switch gears and see how this same logic works in a totally different setting. We're moving from a high-emotion personal fight to a much more formal, professional one. The stakes are different, but that choice between winning and gaining, it's exactly the same.
This is such a classic dilemma. Martin wants to move on, take this great new opportunity, but he doesn't want to burn any bridges on his way out. He wants to gain a new job without losing a good relationship with his current boss. And look at how Martin starts this off. He leads with respect, with appreciation. He isn't making demands or issuing ultimatums. He's just stating his reality while making it clear he values the relationship he has. It's not an attack. It's just a fact delivered with thought. In this response, it's perfect. This is what a successful outcome looks like. The boss, Mr. Morris, doesn't get angry. He gets it. He's sad to lose a good employee, but also happy for him. He respects Martin's personal gain. It's a mature, collaborative end. No drama, just mutual respect.
So, we've seen it in practice. Now let's really break down the mechanics here. This super simple scenario about two friends and a concert ticket, it's the perfect little model for understanding what's at play in any negotiation.
So any conflict really boils down to these two things. On one side, you've got assertiveness. Basically, how important is it that I get what I want? And on the other, you've got cooperation. How important is it that we stay on good terms? Where you land on these two scales, well, that determines everything. So in situation one, Kevin is highly assertive. His goal is to get that ticket for free, and he does it. Brian just gives in. So Kevin wins. He gets the prize. But what did their relationship gain? You got to think Brian might be a little resentful. The power dynamic shifted. One person won, sure, but the friendship might have taken a little hit. Now check out situation two. Brian and Kevin have goals that are completely opposite. But instead of one person steamrolling the other, they cooperate. They find that middle ground. Neither of them gets exactly what they wanted at the start, but they both walk away feeling good. They both gained. And when the student, Norma, was asked who actually achieved their objective in that second scenario, she gives this just perfect answer. It wasn't about one person winning. It was about defining an agreement that helped each other. That, right there, is the whole essence of gaining. And that brings us to the big finish, the crucial point of this entire lesson. If we focus too much on just winning, we completely miss the real opportunity in every single interaction we have.
The absolute best outcome isn't victory, it's collaboration. It's when everyone involved feels like they contributed something and gained something valuable. Yeah, it takes more effort, more time, more communication, but the result is so much stronger than any simple win.
And here's the secret weapon. Even when you objectively lose, you never ever have to walk away with nothing. You can always gain knowledge. You can gain experience. You can learn what not to do next time. A loss is only a total loss if you didn't learn a single thing from it.
I absolutely love this slide. This is the student's own list of her common mistakes in English class, and it's a perfect metaphor for life, isn't it? The goal isn't to never make a mistake, to win at grammar. The goal is to be aware of your mistakes, to learn from them, and just get a little bit better over time, to constantly be gaining self-awareness.
Hey, it's a classic for a reason. Just accepting that you are not always going to win, that you can't have everything your way, is the very first step towards shifting your whole focus from winning to gaining. It's about finding value in the process, not just the prize at the end.
So, after all these stories and examples, it really just boils down to one thing. One single crucial shift in how you see the world that changes the entire game.
Are you going to focus only on the outcome, on getting your way at all costs? Or are you going to step back and ask, what can be gained here? From me, for them, and for our relationship going forward? The answer to that one question, well, it could change everything.